I was told show, not tell, so watch me.
Roll and throw it. First time this year. Slings one down the field. It's Jaheim Bell caught over the shoulder of the 30. At the 25, running away at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Are you kidding me? Boom.
Yeah. It is not unfinished business any longer.
All right, welcome back to the GamecockScoop.com podcast, the official podcast of Gamecock Scoop on Rivals.com. I'm here with Jalon Kilgore, recent commit to the South Carolina Gamecocks. He is a 6'1", 194-pound safety out of Putnam County High School in Eatonton, Georgia. And we're actually catching him the night after he committed at his church. Actually, your father's the pastor of the church, right?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, how's it feel? Finally got the decision locked in. How'd last night go?
It felt really good. Just taking it all in. It was a great audience out there. A lot of supporters came out, a lot of family. It was just great to see all my friends and family supporters just come out and just see it. It went pretty smoothly. I had my father say a few words and Coach Pope say a few words, and one of my childhood coaches, Coach Will, he came and said a few words, and there was just a lot of people who meant a lot in my life. So. And then I came up and spoke, and then I committed. So it was real good.
Yeah, I actually got to catch the whole thing on your Instagram. I thought it was really cool. Have you ever heard the phrase "rising tide raises all boats"? You heard that before? So it's basically just the idea, right? Like if things go well, then people around you are also getting raised up. And I thought that kind of encapsulated that, because it seemed like you were trying to kind of like put your community in the spotlight while you were in the spotlight at the moment, which was pretty cool. So what ultimately set South Carolina apart from your other options? You had some pretty major offers. I know Oklahoma was in the mix there, Clemson, Tennessee Tech, and was Michigan the other one in the top 5? Yeah. So what set South Carolina apart from those other options?
One big thing is there was one of the first Power 5 school to offer me. And it was a home feeling ever since I got the offer. Because when I got the offers, I was actually visiting the school, and they offered me on spot. And then the relationship just built from there, and it just kept getting stronger and stronger. Every time I went to South Carolina, I had a great feeling about it, a home feeling, and there was no difference on the official visit. So I just knew, and I prayed about it with my family, and I just knew that that's when I wanted to sit down with South Carolina and commit.
Yeah, they definitely recognized your talent early, I think. And then obviously with all the other offers that came after, that continued to get legitimized, but they were the first ones there. So was there a specific turning point in your recruitment that when you knew it was going to be South Carolina? Like, did you know when they first offered you then, or you visited some other schools and then sort of kept coming back to something? What was it?
I had, when they first gave me the offer, I was really, really excited. I was really thankful, blessed just for it to happen, because one of the Coach Lenz, he actually told me, he was like, once we offer you, a lot of other schools going to start offering you. So, and then that's what happened. So once that happened, I went on some visits. I went to different schools, just check out the people, see what they have there, we'll see what they have to offer. And then I just rounded it all up, prayed about it all up, and I just knew that South Carolina was the place for me.
Did you feel like the staff was pretty good about that process as far as like telling you to go explore your other options and all that?
Yeah, definitely. They was definitely telling me to go look just to see what other schools are like, and see because they didn't want to force anything on me to make me seem like South Carolina was the only school I had to go to. They definitely was telling me to go look at other schools, just to see what you could do. And they was definitely just putting forward. They just wasn't looking at their school for the only people that was recruiting. They was looking at everybody because they liked me as a player. They wanted to see me at a great school.
Yeah, I mean, I think that ultimately makes the commitment more likely to stick, right? Because you went through the whole process. You didn't feel like you were forced into anything, and got to come to your own decision there.
Right.
So has Coach Gray given you a sense of how you're going to fit into the scheme? Are they planning on having you play purely safety at the next level, or kind of cross train? Or
yeah, me and we talked about that about 3 or 4 times. He told me that he could use me. He just didn't want to use me as a safety. Just put me at safety. He wanted to use me as safety, nickel, and also corner. So he wanted me to move around in the defense, just because he said he liked my versatility.
Do you have a preference on like where you'd like to play out of those three, or you're kind of open?
I'm open for anything, any way to get on the field.
For sure. I mean, I think that there's going to be some opportunities in the next couple of years for DBs. I mean, it's that's going to be a lot of turnover in the next couple of years. So,
Yeah.
So on that note, what are some of your personal goals for your South Carolina career, and then maybe some team goals for you and the class that's coming in, the class of 2023?
For overall with South Carolina, just to have a successful season, just keep getting bigger and bigger in the program. I seen that they came from 2 wins to 7 wins in these past 2 years. So they're definitely on the upcome. I just want to add my talents to that, and just keep building and building. Hopefully we can win an SEC championship and then the national championship. And so we can just keep building and build a better program.
Yeah, so I mean, you had some big names on your list, like we talked about before. You had Clemson, who's won a national championship recently. You had Oklahoma, who's been to the playoff recently. You had Michigan, who was in the playoff last year. Was there something attractive about the idea that South Carolina is a program on the rise rather than a program that's like quote unquote been there?
Yeah, because that was one thing that hit me a lot too. Because just like my high school, I had a chance to go to different other high schools that was bigger than Putnam, and that was a state championship winning team. But I wanted to go down there so I could me and the other teammates could build the program into something bigger and better. To go to a team that hasn't done it and make them do it.
Yeah, that's something I actually heard from Cam last night when I talked to him as well. It seems like that's sort of the attitude of a lot of the people that are buying into the South Carolina recruitment strategy right now. Speaking of like other teammates and stuff, have you had much contact with the other commits in the class? Who are you guys trying to peer recruit anybody? You got a list of anybody that you're targeting right now?
Yeah, Cam, and Bari, the other safety. I think the first did it. He was me and him. Both. I've been talking to both of them, just seeing how the process. I've been talking to Trevon, because me and him, he's actually from Putnam. He used to play with some of the guys down here, so we got that strong Georgia root together. So we've been talking together, just trying to get some more recruits to the team, and just so we could build an even better program.
Is there anybody specifically you guys have been talking to that hasn't committed yet, or?
Not yet. Not like seriously hard. Because I know they was at me hard before I committed. So
right. It's only been a day. I guess you got a little time. All right. I got one last question. Let's say that you guys start to build that list of people that you want to reach out to, sort of peer recruit. Now that you're part of the program, what would your pitch to those recruits be as far as considering South Carolina?
Just to be part of a family motive, because you can go to any other school, but if he comes to South Carolina, I know that he's gonna build more off the field than he is on the field too. It's an off the field and on the field process, because the NFL doesn't last forever. So, but it's gonna build you. It's gonna build you on the field, but it's also gonna build you off the field. So, just to build you a better person and a better football player, and just overall just to have a great connection with the player, because just hanging out with the guys, I can see they got a great chemistry in the locker room, and that's amazing to me.
Yeah, I know that that's definitely something that they seem to emphasize, is that idea of like, yeah, obviously we're going to make you the best football player that you can be. We're going to try to give you that opportunity to play at the next level, but also being realistic about like, how do we make sure that you're a good person and you're set up for life regardless, right?
Right.
All right. Well, thanks so much for talking to us, Jalon, and can't wait to see how it goes. How's your high school team? Are you guys expected to be pretty good this year?
Yeah, we did. We're doing pretty good. We just recently had we had played some 7-on-7s today against 2 other teams, and we won both of them. So we're looking pretty good.
All right. Well, we'll definitely keep track of that throughout this season, and can't wait to see you in Columbia next fall.
Definitely.
Until next time, this has been the Gamecock Scoop podcast. Later.